Ha ha ha, lovely people. You are welcome to Chairman TV's program Citizens Vibe. Not just say was na Citizens Vibe show where so was come was if you say Ghana can call Ghana yo intina ye can say na medin jataba or mine do we before Kotibeka #1 se me kwatia na mabeka fe de se me former na modi ache if you say yepe or mine e can call air is human and to forgive is divine. The China Media Institute so me can form out. Say ope say utumi aye international journalist and I say local journalist and any form of media trainer ope say wunye biara no say wo ba Chairman Media Institute on sa beka sa training ni bibia wo biara no on sa ebeka bi aye editing, graphic design, presentation and many other things, media law and ethics. Ni nara yebechro the way to interview someone, a be fast so communicate effectively and skillfully, a Chairman Media Institute. You bring your abotre, ama won't what BBS. So you're a university graduate, and I said, we're college by we biara, and I said, we're interested in SHS. Now we're interested, and I said, we're vocation, be now we're interested. Say, we per se, we're media personality, and I said, communication skills, now per se. Acquire Chairman Media Institute is the place to be. You are warmly welcome. Ye bejo na ye price also either low. Ebema practical on hand work. Nti no wusuano na wo ba TV so na bibia so etimi akonkan ama fefefe. Nti we wi na bibia aye fantastic ama nti ye recommend Chairman Media Institute ema. Ene on citizens vibe no ye wo YouTube Chairman TV GH YouTube and afi 20 serious on Facebook. Of course, I stream live. Now, net topic no, the state of the garment industry in Ghana. The state of the garment industry. President John Dramani Mahama and other presidents, the Bina Akasa Afa, TVET, technical vocational education training no, or more aka assembly baby. Na maybe say, and then at the same, ye conkind and I say, are we retrogressing? Because social record about 92 million of torn and waste garments are thrown into the world, and out of this 92 million, 15 million comes to Ghana. That is a Ghana a dumping place for garment, waste garment. They say second-hand clothing. I say fashion into it brings you blue who not just say no bo and yeding into yasasa. But I done burden ama or money, I done waste. Ama or money into a net meno barber show to be to a drink about a best chance to acquire the garment industry. Mu ye fugu any a kentino. You're handling the same. Are we encouraging people? What are the problems challenging Ghana's garment industry? Say or more, you would a juma Emma a tailor for no more waste time, Madame for no any a juma for no more waste time. We will have more the garment mom call this council on yet. Now what to papa so sad, book a style or so permanent on permanent sa and no and I'm Ghana yen to me and patronize your garment ye came to no in your manu and I feel ye from fools no and I say fools in air full and now Ghana ye came to no any your matri and I ye permanent no boy diana but me cook my 1 year do quite 20 cities na me just 20 cities they say tailor na joke kit we be and as a fashion designer no or joke kit we be a me just say e beboa because almost the same I from tailor be and I say, oh yeah, yes, I'm from fashion designers. But are they living up to expectation? But more reduce wakasa for home. Fashion designers for akasa for home. President John Dramani Mahama wakasa afa TVET and vocational institutions. So, afe so Ghana for etumi akọ Zimbabwe, Zambia rather Zambia. Omoko Zambia, omoko akoye kente and fugu fair ewo. When business aden na ya Ghana. They say a home Zambia former members so me be a yen to me coho, a cosho mudie. Nti ye de ye promotino and I say yen say ya no so do adinche aba. Iti eye waste no so no eye ntare na ye ton say ye de ba say fashion na ye ton ma ye na ye ton no. Ye say yale ewu. Ubonu we ewu no. Ibi wa yale ewu. Ibi wo sa atete. Ibi wa ye ntomago. Wo to ya wo say fashion wo sipa ko pa atete. Nti akwan be so na be fa so esi ho kwan man say president bi ana MPB aye campaign about it say force no aye de Ghana ha no aye waste man that by a big challenge because it is 7.5 million pounds of fabric is being dumped in Ghana. Not just from UK no. Almost the eno record that edaho eno. Until waste a kesi pa a ha or mine. Until no essa yeshe ne ye bibi efa ho. Are we supposed to promote our culture? Ye fugu ni ye kente no. Which way are we going to do it? I say ye pian Bible ni bebre ye show mu crying na omusunya this vocation. Na itumi apampam ye ntale. Ye boxer panties kra na ye craft China. Ye singlet na dey na rubber into ka absorb eye sweat mpo. Now so still ye dietwe say ye promote sa enoma na wo hwe ebeboa ye man ya na. You are looking at the challenges of the textile industry or the garment or fabric in Ghana, and this time, yes, our Chairman TV, Season 5, Watson, who switch me a friend, our Watson. Brandon Swan, number so that was screen is 0543766700. Or send you messages back in Kama. Brandon say baby line out to 05061833336. You can send your messages through that rather 05061833336. Meno na yedi komono. It is you and I. We have to work out for our country to be a better place for us. Our government, you see, then you say promote. How can we promote it? The basic thing you to me a promote young Casayantaria yeshe. A man tare cabani slit, straight dress, a ma a normal mushe, your coat, you promote a brofu coat. Na yankasanka is a fugness and a coat. Now, so who say being so pam a year into my coat, very nice. That's very creative. Ebinum say ebinum your copy until na your industry into me enkoso. People don't use their brain well to create. They only wait for others to bring out the patterns and they copy. And also we have a lot to watch. So let's start from our street side. If you go to Tamale, if you go to Kumasi, Tamale, Abu Abu market and other places, ube share foods for Ukobolga market, ube share foods for smoke markets for so also back Kantamantua, Force headquarters, Oba Kumasi, Kejitia, a doom side, baby, Ube Hunu, Ghana, baby, market square Nadine, Cape Coast, Kotakraba, Ube Shebi, Voter Vision, who Uka Ube Shia, baby, fools, the business ever bought my Mayakon Kayana. Are we supposed to be creative? What is the problem facing us? Say yes, suck fools at the baby boo or my musa. Than how ama or money that become very pollutant of our environment. A waste, a high journey, a high or minor journey. The buyer then na ye to me, sa a how if you go. A yankasa, yash yankasa yantare, yankasa yan papua, yankasa yache, na de ready about life, away a wedding I say, a quite sorry, say a call Moscow. The buyer then ye to me a promote. Afi yenhwe ye street so de ekoso ewo.
Still, people in Ghana are fighting back against the problem at hand. Grassroots organizations are training market workers in upcycling, repair, and resale optimization. Some are turning textile waste into insulation materials. Others are pushing for extended producer responsibility, or EPR, a policy that would hold brands accountable for the afterlife of their products.
So because of time factor, someone can say, you are welcome back to Chairman TV. This is Citizen Vibe. Watson, someone who waste, yes, 2 series, 5 series, 3 series, 4 series. Now if you say a 4, they are from your phone ni na to magu na kogufia. It me use no kodu na hin. Ya hosen na dan to mago. A kakra. Obo nipa de waji sika no nipa na beton fosman waji sika no. Na so bola na woda kwakugu fie. Bola yi bi kwa wayale. Bola ye go tugu gu a polluted environment no. Then to me enhome. So we need a lot of EPI, Environmental Protection Institute, to me, I work it out so that we can pass by laws. Nigiri say a bounty fools, yes, and our fools, I say a should grade, and as a baller, so no man can as a bagu or my Ghana to deserve better. So you have fused pollutants and cosmogenic substances and a whole lot of HAPs. It's our normal inarano. Against a European standard, they say over 200% higher. Not just say under that is a standard that SNK waste garment mpo eba Ghana no aboroso na so yan kanhwe aban yan kanhwe port for en kanhwe Ghana Port and Harbors omon kanhwe Ghana airport for omon kanhwe nyane say yesesa nwura no ede basa ase yentale eba Ghana ebi so fashion ebi so airfo na so ye kan sen na yeyi mene wo say ye biribi efa ho because it is very horrific. Yentie another aspect ono swire research about Ghana or the atudwa say e serious, it will cause danger and is a threat to human life. Yentie eye fools na titubu abonten no waste na ye de ba oman mu say fools no yentie
Talking about approximately 1,500 tons of second-hand garments arriving into Ghana, into Kantamanto specifically, which is Ghana's largest second-hand clothing market. And much of this, is also re-exported to other West African countries and other parts of Ghana. But every week, about 500,000 items of clothing waste from Kantamanto market end up in Ghana's open spaces. And so at Greenpeace Africa, we were very much interested in documenting the fate of these bad quality second-hand items once they are thrown away from Kantamanto market. And, it was quite shocking to see that, a large amount of those clothes essentially end up in landfill sites, in open spaces, green spaces. And so that kind of prompted us to kind of look further into that. And we also acknowledged, as you mentioned in the intro, that a lot of these textile waste end up in public wash houses in the particular area of Old Fadama. And so that prompted us to perform some indoor air sampling testing to kind of see what people in those wash houses were exposed to in terms of, the fumes that they were breathing in. And as you mentioned, we identified some really concerning pollutants like benzene, which is a carcinogenic substance, so creates cancer in humans. We also found styrene, which is toxic to human reproduction. We also identified something we call polyaromatic hydrocarbons, HAPs, some of which are also carcinogenic with chronic exposure, and also phenol, which is mutagenic. And as you said, the levels for benzene were very concerning because we're talking about them being almost 200 times higher than European safety standards. So that was a very big concern for us. And so in terms of the environment, this is having a huge impact on our water bodies, our air, our land. And, we particularly did a lot of research in a coastal area called Jamestown, which is a beach. And, I'm telling you, this beach, I want people to really picture walking on a beach with there not being any sand on. We were mainly walking on piles and piles of textile waste. So these environmental concerns are very big for us.
Ebusuafo wetie expert no a oka wasem no o say waste na e Ghana no it is 200% beyond European standards, and which means the waste is too much. I just say Ghana no had an ebola pa amabrofo no omoto mago ebegu ha obi anka ho hwe obiara anka ho hwe. It is a commission of tourism mo mesen community promote fugu and kintemu festivals more, and even a local garment and textile industry. First near ATL akusombo textiles, Japan textiles, himfa iseni na yentibiem tisha ukokwata ese Holland ntuma ukokoya esiko isi ukoya oba ho ade na se wankwanko to Holland ntuma mfa nkwa na chese awale ne mba so. I mean, if you want to marry in Ghana now ukoto akusombo textiles, Japan textiles limited, we say ATL on saka what they kwa omumfi first ABC ntuma na ye maame mo hye mu de twa picture fe ti wo hu na se ni na ye da to nchen yo China for garment na yakwaba e create employment ma China for Ghana ye textile industry egu menti se obia e kan ho asem president bia en kan ho asem because politicians e dey business. Yes, the GD says sa na tie nti na mo kan ho asem no, but it will come to bite us if we don't stop this kind of behavior. This kind of bad behavior, if you don't stop it from the top to down. I say you to me, Jai, and yes, I had ever bought on mine. Why? I didn't know your mind. Now, yes, you walk, Nakopon, Adum, young Wama and Cotton, you do a ye, it mean you kente, it mean you no more be Emily, ye now so still, you depended on fashion, sabro, Funama, Nantumagona, the Abba. You don't Tomagona, but Makai Madame Fubi. Me say me dey yakọ program yen shenta no akọ fa tare bi aba o se we dey silky one or two na helelele na shine na wa ma na twama no you see you okoto apẹ na iron fast no ehye afi dey jijireji white oni atare bi obehye bi na me so ma gi me fugu white ene me che white na me call me sere na me anansa nkọpẹ atare e ma no eye yalabia white ene o share ya odi chain to so the program asenka program ko yin hu film because of the taste for European textiles aden ye pesa adodo tino expert no akasa o say chronic disease bebre na through research HSA eye false na ye hye no second hand clothing no ye hye too much aden China for aden yanko na ehia yan na wo wiase ni yanko a the difference between ohia no scan no scan to ade a ya boarding obesha che ohia ni de oso pade a efo and also pade a efo ukota ade a efo be ta betiti na woto. I mean the difference between the rich and the poor is that the rich person go out to buy something expensive which will last longer, but the poor person will go and buy something cheaper, say where they fools a store reject na wakwakoto wono atunidin oto endu 1 month na atete na wasan akoto na efede na wakoto na ate na etete saa na ototo. So by a month or some some time no you buy a lot of such, but nipa no koto quality ade ba no it is long lasting for the person will save a lot of money. So let's take wisdom out of it. So we should change our taste for those second hand things. Obuenu we fools no yento yabo na yaksa akono bone no enya de ebeboa ye me dem fe na akono bone because it's not something that will help us in any way. Intino yenjai sa ade ne ye na ye make sure say ye normal betumi akonkan fefefe amaye senya ese na esi efata. Nti ye kan about local industry ho nyoma no hawa ewo mu no President Mahama Kasafa Technical and Vocational Institute osi obeso mbabunu no obe support wo mo na enu na betumi ama omanyi tumpon yenti asama waka fa ho.
Believe that in reforming the education system, there must be a new clear pathway that takes children in the different areas of specialization that they want to go. And so if children have a flair for technical and vocational training, right from JSS through the secondary path, they must begin to find their way towards technical and vocational education. And it must be branded as being equal to the normal secondary education. Right now, the perception we have about people who go to technical school is that they are dropouts and that they were not as good as those of us who went through the secondary stream and went into education, into tertiary education. But that should not be the case. A child must choose the technical vocational path because he has an aptitude for it and because he can gain a certain proficiency in it that makes him ready for the world.
His Excellency, that was His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, reiterating, emphasizing that TVET, that's technical and vocational education training, no, and the way to go, because they are not fast in memorizing things, but can use their hands to work. So he's going to encourage it. Now maybe say, as it began and NDC about power about a year now, Yembisa campaign, say President John Dramani Mahama, Honorable Asidu Ketia and other NDC members went round saying that the TVET is the way to go. They will teach the children in the schools and also those on the street, that is apprenticeship training, they will teach them. Many say, apart from academia side, my son's apprenticeship side, because I've been on the street before. I've learned handiwork before. And the mystery is that handiwork is always in your mind. Even if your certificate is lost, it is Yamamenshare. I see Yamamenshare now we demonstrate what I say. It's Yaman Yadu able to develop young, able to aboy young. Now unemployment among the youth, ever wipe away, no. But what do we see? You see the youth rather Manchester, Barcelona matches. My bed, and no one actually youth na share them. What can we do to let the youth have interest in fashion? na ball na yɛde bɔ ɔman mu too much no ɛto etumi atwa megye di sɛ yɛkyerɛ youth no how to do things kora na nka jesi na de ɔmɛtumi apa kɔmo fashion for soccer mpo no kaba na Ghana kwanka yɛn ka yɛ design jerseys for Manchester ne other teams ɛyɛ sɛ ɔmo na ɔyɛ bɔbɔ na ɛkɔ akɔhwɛ ɛyɛ abɛtumi design nneɛma bebree na yɛn krakra mfi ama no ne you get it a whole lot of waste in our garment system. Ball and kwan na yɛde so second hand clothing in the name of fashion. Na yɛ minimum yɛ nye dwuma nyɛ. Ɛsan so de yale yɛ brɛ yɛn adane waste. Ɛwɔ minimum. Nti President John Dramani Mahama yɛ sɛw kotodwe gu fam. Wa kasa ya to aba ma wa ba power. We plead that you and the NDC government would walk the talk. We want to see a lot of youth in the fashion industry. We want to see a lot of you say omo pam, omo tailor no, showing machines no. Try and give them a lot. We encourage you omo eduane ko mbedi mo kan say eduane ko mbedi mo be encourage omo ama omo chop money. Ama do be she omo botom aye lot of fair be dwuma. Mo kan campaign no mu. Mo kan e campaign no mu. You said you encourage them, you give them pocket money, apprenticeship program. Masters should come and register. You said wards and guardians should take their children to masters. That may be say masters do was saying a money apprenticeship program. Ewa unkolane ya aban a support to you can call the line 0506183336. Na yen tro na ndisi aban yedi anasa yen okra mon frɛ na mon kam yentie. Now this is the time. Waste no a million. Baller no a million, false baller no a million. It is too much. It's appalling. Very bad. We have to stop it. We have to wear our own. It's wear Ghana, eat Ghana, sleep Ghana. What I say, sanity, internona yeshe, and never more my 2 pound. Tina Jataba Mekani say on Chairman TV, Citizens Vibe, also can wasem. You can have your say on the platform. Nibisa a kwan best no betumi stop away. Is it that parents are relaxing on their mandate? They are not pushing their children to it. Is it that when you are in vocational training or technical side, people say you are dumb-headed? Pardon my words. Say ana ebi no kano yes say wo ye wo de wo concern adwuma side na ye ya so de wa bon. Nti fa ko school na ko sua. Ebi no ko sua se na be o metumi de pen adane zeros ni bi aka ho no mo da hye mo botom. Bani na ban saka wa Nyankopon so ehwe. Let's use our hands to create. Let's be innovative. This is the only country that we have. So we can promote our country's government. When Tienshe, their Zambia for Etunya, Zambia for Etunya Ghana for platform, Fugu and Kente first exhibition in Zambia. Why don't we do it in Ghana here? Ghana Oko Northern region a Fugu, a man also at the Fugu Pamatade Kama. Ibisu the Fla Ghana Oko a year, say nafi. Defense engagements and I tell you, sir, I don't normally see it mostly. So, say a weather, you bet me I a sleeveless one. Say weather na hot, I bet me a sleeveless one. Because I cotton. You see, to show our prestige, to show our love for the country. Because now I say I'm no share duties of a citizen. And then one of these is that we should promote our own, we should promote our culture, we should promote our symbols. Uko Northern region, ube kente na ade, ube Southern Ghana. Uko Northern region, ube Fugu, ube Southern Ghana kente. Uko Nzima, omushe. Uko Volta region, omushe. Akonfo she, Asofo she, Imam fo she, President Mahama oshe, former President Akufo-Addo oshe, former President Akufo oshe, Ufra kente. First President of Ghana, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Or declare independence, not Taliban no Shannon, or Fugu. In the ancient exhibition, of course, far away in Zambia and Ghana. Zambia far quite a promote Fugu and Kente culture and a Ghana from yet to
is giving visitors a close-up experience of Fugu, a hand-woven traditional smock that reflects Ghana's history and identity, alongside the world-famous kente cloth, widely recognized as a symbol of royalty, prestige, and African pride. Beyond the striking designs, the exhibition carries a deeper message of Pan-African unity, cultural diplomacy, and growing cooperation between Zambia and Ghana. Speaking during the official opening, Tourism Minister Rodney Sikumba said the exhibition represents the strong and growing cultural ties between the two countries and supports Zambia's drive to promote tourism and creative talent.
These are two iconic textiles that showcase artistry, that showcase heritage, and bold identity of the people of Ghana. By showing these textiles here in Osaka, we are not celebrating African culture, we are creating opportunities for collaboration between Zambia and Ghana designers, artisans, and entrepreneurs. It is about skills exchange, cross-border creativity, and growing the African creative economy, one vibrant thread at a time.
Ghanaian Special Aide to the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Richardson Komi Fio, says the event will boost the cultural profile of both nations.
The Minister of Tourism of Zambia was here, and from his speech he has also assured that Zambia is going to also replicate this in Ghana.
Ghana Export Promotion Authority Deputy CEO Ambrose Nsako adds that the exhibition also opens up trade opportunities and strengthens professional.
Hey, who keke? Citizens Vibe. Yes, on Chairman TV. You're watching Citizens Vibe on Chairman TV. You can also contribute to the show on the number 0506183336. Yebe peki wona ye no akasa fefefe. Sa na tie. Adwumben na wo so ka efa Ghana yentade shim ni ye se yempe eye Ghana ye kente ne ye ntoma na ya pam ntare no na ye de ye wo taste for European culture na abrofo no kra kire se Ghana nkasa waste no doso ntumago no doso wa Ghana hase na eye yale ene amane ene de bebre ye se ya hwe anka bibi amfa ho a ukọ Jamestown Kantamanto ebi de Ghana nkro bebre ena ukọ afos no aibusu ewo ho na yenhwe eye kente no weaving no yen visit ye hwe omo bi no mu omo ene yemu no yenhwe se materials no munyi amode beye anase eye how benya ena enyam hyeben na ewo Ghana ye kente ene yefu ehyemu no yenhwe.
Kente is our main traditional costume when it comes to traditional rite or cultural rite. This clothes gives a unique identification as Ghanaian, and also it gives a true symbol of your roots. In this video, Sister Paulina will be showing us how the setup is done. So if you are a lover of smoke or fugu or you want to have one, this is a perfect spot for you. Very affordable, and man, this is direct from the host's own mouth. And her number will be on the screen. Please call her, buy from her, support her business so that she can extend the shop and also get more workers. I hope you will love this video. Please share, subscribe, like, and comment. This video is about a small insight of how the smoke is being weaved and it's being done. It's same as how kente is done. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah. So this is a sample of what they are doing, the threads that they insecting. This is a sample of the smoke. Wow, this homemade. Man, this is interesting. So all these threads needs to pass through these tiny holes.
You see that is our royal prestige, our very beautiful kente fabric for you, for fugu design and opesa ufra opesa uye ne senkra eye royal majestic eye garment sana media me freno nti ese ye encourage ye ho o se media na ma chef fefe medite ha say yes. So what is it expensive and until ye ntumi promote yankasa ye fabric na our textiles, is it that expensive? No boy didn't you ntumi and promoting. And I say, what is the problem? First, maybe no more say spiritual issues, but me did say we've moved on. Yes, we move on. So I say ye jai, ye force nation no more at tem. Na you to me a top ye fugu and I say kentimo de enumum na you to me a de yeshe. Me did say even say ye shese e bia dey bi wo a e fugu dey nko a no ko bia hye fugu e bia ye wo dey bia ye kente dey no bia tutuntuma ma no achise bi ma de bia pam kaba ni slate na dey nkofo ba fi amanone abaga na ha ba behwe yen. I believe in that. People will come all over the world to come and watch us because about attractive tourism na ebe tourism exposure na the sika so ebebra yen wo omayi mu nti no me gidi say yes sir ebeboa. Moving forward no yen hwe more about it, the fugu and the kente business, and sana about the challenges in it, because Betmore Idrisu and afi fashion experts be akasa afa ho the reason why yentumi move forward na ehun say wona omo ya adwenya na wo speak to adwin shaba 0506183336. We are looking at the state of Ghana's local garment industry. Are we promoting ourselves or are we retrogressing? Say and answer a ye. But what shall waste now? We're gonna have the dozen force not those who go away with the second hand. I yet too much. Yanshe.
Chiefs are wearing, what they do is that this is how the chiefs will wear. So if they wear it and they will pull it back. So if they pull it back like this, it means that they have a lot of followers and they are head of communities. The other thing is that when you go where there is a lot of chiefs, or to go to chief palace and you wear it the way the chiefs are wearing, you are telling them that you are also one of them. So if you are not one of them, there is a lot of implication. Normally they have things that they will charge you to pay. Goats, ram, sheep and cows, depending on how the chief will take the issue. So therefore, if you are not a chief and you are a layman, you don't have to wear it the way the chiefs are wearing. The laymen, like some of us like this, we can leave it this way. If you leave it this way, you are only acknowledging the presence of God at everywhere you go. That one, it has no any implication. If you don't want it this way, you can pull it this way too. That's the right hand side. So the right hand side, the literal meaning too is that you belongs to everybody, whether old, young, you are friends with anybody, so you don't have problem. So if you don't want it the right hand side and you pull it the left hand side, basically it's still the same meaning this way. It's still the same meaning. The other style is that when you pull it in front like this, it shows that spiritually you are spiritually strong. So if you are spiritually strong, this is how you wear it. So if you are spiritually weak and you don't have a lot of juju, you don't venture to wear it this way. Because if you wear it this way, and anybody who is spiritually strong may see you and think that you are also strong, and he wants to try his juju on you to see how you are also strong. So therefore, you don't wear it this way.
Fantastic. That is Fugu hat for you. Naturally, say, apart from the royal and prestigious reasons, and the beauty of it, people are saying that there's a risk in it, that if you wear the hat, there are areas that when you go and you wear it, it can also give you other issues. Naturally, say, meaning the chiefs can punish you for it. So he's saying if you bring it to your right side or left side, meaning you are moving with everybody, you are an ordinary person. If you take it upwards, meaning it is only God. But if you send it backwards, meaning there's no one, I say you when I wear bear man, then that you face the consequences. Or if you bring it in front of you, that's also another thing. But me, I didn't even know until I did research about it that I got this video too. So is it our cultural interference and I say some fashion no and man difficult because if you take European coat or European cap, you can even turn it and wear it at your, you can turn the face to the back end or sideways, set to pack money. I don't know. Yes, you without any just that simple. You just wear it and you're going, you're good to go. But in this, they are saying that there are consequences if you don't wear the hat well. Fugu the wood to me share. They say we are made a white shirt, I shame me, they say wood to me share. By channel the washa fatuha, chianotua, and I said chianotua, and I said manocosoro. I say, one will be a move, and I want yame, and it's I would go with channel when him. I say, you bet you dibia, and I say, we treat that's a him for no, ever mau, ever punish show, a fahon. That is that beautiful. When you now able to me, I have say culture. Am I above the blame punim? But when you come na the ministry we buy nkofo bebre na abekọ akwa. So this can also promote our culture, meaning that a very expensive and very highly rated garment. That is the fugu and the hat. No, inti yes, koswa ashe the way able to me a peja Ghana textile industry ne to me akonkan. Mmabunu bebre na empeye. Ebi wa kasa onko tue sua tailor yese ni wabon na fie for sere no. We de wabon papa, eba we de wabon ni tire wu disam ne ko hye adwuma na awofo kasa se ya. Na se nipa no ya woba means your seed. Se okasa kola na bon a vice versa ba mesre me di obi atem me da asomdwe hene ba me pese ye jai kola na ye hunahuna mo no se last week kan wasem se ye ko school na akola ye later na ya man se kan se onkodo nta kwa na gaso sua agric no hu ni say punishment o ma mo ye other courses free say ado ye punishment. Why can't we change it? Aden ye ntumi sesan no ma bi na entumi mboa na ye man ye enkoso rather than discouraging eye enkola no tibeti mo reduce anu so akasa afa inoma efesi eye yen as oman adequacy ama technical vocational eye institutes entumi enkonenim anase TVET no entumi emfa meaningful benefit emrayen no nanso yesasa force nkoa eba oman no mu no. Let's listen to what Betty Mo Idrisu, former minister of Ghana, is found.
I think that we need to sit down and redesign our curriculum with the captains of industry, with those who are in charge of our social and development needs in the country, do our projection. Africa, you know, our biggest failing is lack of planning. We do not plan. And this, we can't afford to fail on this. If we do not plan for the sustainability of the education and employability of our youth in the long term, we have a problem.
Okay, that was Honorable Betty Mo Idrisu, former education minister, and you all know understand former education minister, and Okansa Senator. Some Makai Pantama of Fabano, or say African leaders, no, and as African, we don't plan for our education system. We don't plan for it. We just talk, try, yabaya, so now yet. But if you plan, put resources, make it available for it, education side, you know, a bit to me, also because of that, it is affecting the employment rate of Africa, and I say Ghana. Unemployment, you know, too much. Because ye crafos no so mabun bebre to me pamade bebre na to me anwene kente a kaya man ka be ko nanim ka ba nwene kente sa ma Africa kofo ka ba beto kente akọ hwe we ya Zambia for it accommodate Ghanaians ena bon nwene kente for nipa kente different for we Ghana wo mutumi koye Zambia for ton safre ama yetumi akọ display kente fefefe enu fugu even able to display kente and fugu for the Zambians to see. That's what I showed you. I know me no. Oh, I don't know. It's been shown to you. It's no, you bet to me aye. So people are willing for it. Shafugu emuodu obronisha I want no. Why don't we promote it? And so kentenu fugu ni to me any year and the kwama no ne bie. President John Dramani man paying for kwa na obia fugu mban mema ina fugu eja coat no yeko UN assembly fugu AU fugu ye bibia abrochi afugu na yemfa and identify ye kasa Ghana the bad pa na ye wa ye betumi aka wa asema assembly na obeka say gold na gold no ye bi gold na nkofo galam say ye bon nkofo tutunua esenua ni nsuo no yes, say environment. No one can able to do more cotton fugu. We can export it. Able to have a prestigious name. Send a bro finish a coat. I won't say that could see Bruna Tarino. Now can say fugu ne kente afa. So if you talk about Ghana, you say, hey, fugu kente, hey, Ghana kente fugu. So Nanka answer that G din Brazil for Babeto, Italy for even Switzerland for Mukamusha skirt, omo the Jew omudin. I'm going skirt na my share. Now, so much the Jew wedding. If you know leather things, why don't you promote our kente and our food? na ye kra ball and cry deba. Keten fugu say long lasting. Apart from its beauty, no. It signifies unity. Inti na ye win ye pam. Oh, ye kaboom. No, I don't know. Like the spider web, ye kaboom. It's also long lasting. The more do a check, it doesn't fade easily. Me kai say ye papa mu me hu mpanyimfo a omo ahye ntalieja me ka che wo pa check na hwe se wo nana papa mu eja wejapade te say ntale a dia eche pa for years I ye de chewa hu say ye fresh a wo de tu wo say no say ebon kama eye fugu anase kente ye de cha adaka mu a many years and say yi ma wa fresh sa wo hatamu pe na wo spray na wash wade wo de laundry ye wash a na ni atise because a full cotton so we have to promote our own yeah e benye sika ohia be fio omanyemuye kente and fugu festival. That is what Jataba I'm advocating for. Some man ya memeye say me kan ho asem eye Ghana 69th birthday no safe match no em ka say ye oman ba talent show agora e ba so ebinim boa ebinim so amboa na oma mo boa ye no omo so age omo di mpa omo amka say Jataba adewe no hwe na fabule mu cause citizens vibe no e oman hu nsem nti fa sa adewe ampa so ebinim eso mu nkwala akora gina mu ebedi asa eto nwom sa to anajo be 10 to 11 because of patriotism, because they love the state. It is a moment ya kente kente ena fugu festival me Jataba meye one day we win life one day. Yes, intino mama ya wa dey to promote the textile industry. We should promote our garments, our local garment industry, because the force is too much. Second hand clothing no e di esika e di ko ohia mu. Imagine say what atare na enche na atete atare bia okoto kwampo no yare ewo mu ni mobroni no yare ewo say meyi research na ma ipa no of European Union wa be research o Ghana waka what's standard ni beyond over 92 million tons annually force and a tugu wiase waste garments that is being dispersed on earth, on this world that we live in. On this earth now, so you see 15 million eba Ghana, too much. So we are seeing now 92 million. That's a Ghana, you inquire for 15 million. Are you kidding me? In Ghana, but done a dumping site for fools, and no one is talking about it. The president is not talking about it. Ministers are not talking about it. The opposition. Honorable Afiyoma Kesu we omo kan wasem o parliament o yente honorable Mahama Yarga Boku Center MP mo omo kan wasem stigamo kan wasem okay Japan mo kan wasem but this is waste kwa empano ko hwe nti number no 050618336 we submit me afra na wache wadwene. You can call the number on your screen and also contribute to the show. All your comments are welcome. After Twaso, let's lead to another fashion designer. The challenges she spoke about. Also, garment for the be a copy. Esen kaya channeling ye creative about the things of our country. You know, we copy blindly. Let's listen to her. Fashion designer.
Korea, it's been good. It could be better. It's been good. Yeah, I can't complain. It's been good. It could be better. But I've realized that our industry has gotten to a point where I think there's been too much of an influx on one aspect of the industry. Okay. And there's so many other aspects of the industry that's lying waste, that's not getting tended to. Yeah. So like we need to like have a look at this whole thing as a whole and know how best to put the industry in its proper place to have it moving smoothly.
So before we carry on, what is this one part of the industry that has gotten that much attention? Yeah,
because we see schools churning out so many different young designers every single year, and every single one of them wants to be a designer. And I don't know whether they're not being taught and they're not aware, or whether they don't realize that there are other options. There's so much more to fashion than saying I'm the fashion designer and I want to be the fashion. There's so many different aspects. There are pattern makers, there are fashion illustrators, there are people who just do styling, there are people who just probably just work as consultants, they're baggers, there's so much. There's so much in the industry. There are those who do it textiles. There are those who do it like this. It's a really huge industry. And when it comes to Ghana, everybody's just focusing, I want to be the designer. And because of that, they're not having the room to be able to grow and to flourish because they're all chasing one thing. And the industry is always saturated, so it makes it harder for them to be able to thrive. And they end up following and copying the same thing, the same trend, and they're not able to have their own identity.
That was fashion expert for you, lamenting about the copy of garments and fashion designers. Also, Bebrina and your research, Bebrina and Sunashi. One way now, so who will be a pamatare and a trower, on Swaka or pamatare and a trower. So who will be pamatarina and sabakuni, one and sabakuna, one hand, non sako pam one hand, or be pam beba, no pam beba. Look at how she was dressed beautifully. What dress is say, quite if you a local person, as a winning be. But this is rich culture. Let's preserve our rich culture, our kente, our fugu, and our local fabric. You know, it is beautiful, multicolored, African colors. It looks natural. So we need to promote it. Yeah, wow, we need to more. Na garment industry, no local garment industry, need to mean abrofu beba beto. Oba beto amayen. Ebenye sika. Eyen jasa ya form amu force no. Let's change our taste and preference for foreign second-hand fabric. Chances say your home. Don green jeans atete na sa abodam no ya hye. We say na njoma bebre yenim how I ewo atare bia na ya tam na ya hye. Atare bia na ya fa na ya hye. E kuruma ya bola en sem fata. The number no bet me afre 0506183336. You can also call the line. Now also the contribution about. So what is the problem? What is counting for it? Say force na ye de ba no e de intira. Aya fontina ye jinana. Ana Ghana nkasa ye nomental na ye pam is it expensive? Ana what wa tade matela or check ansa na wa pam. I learned some of the garment designers, they procrastinate a lot. You give them garment, pay them money, then they waste your time. They will not even do the work for you. Or even if they do it. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm about Chairman TV. So, yeah,
good afternoon.
Saying, how can I feel?
Good afternoon.
Fine. Please, why are you calling from?
This is from Tamale, Northern Region.
Okay, what's your contribution to the garment industry?
Please, I saw the programs on television.
Okay.
And I wanted because nowadays our
hello, please speak. I'm listening.
Hello,
speak. Talk.
Yeah, I'm also doing the same program with you people. So, and I don't know how can we.
Okay, you take our number and talk to the producer. Okay. You call the producer later. Hello. Okay, you take our number and we'll communicate. Okay, take our number. You call the producer, then we'll talk to you about what you want to do also to help this work on Citizens Vibe to move on. We call the producer. If you want to also advertise on this program, you can also call the producer. If you want to advertise on any of our programs on Chairman TV, you can also call the producer. We wish you a very good discount. Now also to me promote the program. Now to me yesika so egu botom na we yesika ahwe ebusua no ebeboa o my Ghana. Nti wo so betimi afre 0506183336 na ye kasa about the garment industry Ghana ye tade shem ye kenteni ye fugu no ekwa best na befa so promote no ne boɔ na yɛ den anaasɛ ɔmo a mopam na mompam ne yie anaasɛ ɛhaw bɛn ɛna ɛwɔ mu a yɛntumi promote yankasa yɛntare nkɔnkɔ kurom ka ntare material bi kɔ ayɛ 20 series pɛ ɛnna China fo adaworo ma masa ba abɛgum ɛnna 20 series wopam a wobɛtumi ahyɛ ɛma wo look very gentle very beautiful ɛma wo look rough nti yɛnhwɛ na yɛngyae sɛ yɛ coat t-shirt Lacoste nneɛma bebree na yɛbɛtumi apam saa coat t-shirt na yɛbɛtumi apam bi wɔ ɔman mu ha o yɛbɛtumi na wohwɛ a problem bɛn mbabu na mpɛ sɛ ɔmo sua anaasɛ awofo ɛna ɔmo encourage ɔmo anaasɛ aban no ɛna ɔ encourage that is the production of the local garment no anaasɛ problem no ɛyɛ den because maka kyerɛ sɛ ATL na ade ne deɛ nti ɔmo nka biom Japan textiles print na deɛ nti yɛbɛtan sɛ Holland yɛbɛtan sɛ yɛte Holland yɛnte hwɛ nka ho obi kɔ wale a ɔsɛ ɔpɛ Holland so hu Holland din pa na stamp so a ɛne awale na yɛmba so ɛne ho adeɛ na wokɔyɛ no ntoma no yɛbɛ reject ama nti aburokyire ntoma na yɛmfa mmla aburokyire ntoma na Ghana yɛ ntoma no yɛsika ɛma ɔmo na yɛnkasa deɛ how are we managing it? Let's preserve our culture, the royalty and prestige of our kente and fugu are very important. And no, Mama Ghana a shining example in Africa and also the entire world. Nti ene dwumadie no also betumi a contribute na yebeje oso na ye no edi nkomo kama on it because force no edi yenya e de how bebre na e de ebre apart from say a polluted environment no obi wa yale bi a obetumi so enya sa yare no nti aha na ye de dwumadie ni na besi yakopon ya adoma china 4 o'clock eko 5 no ebe say ehia na me the citizens vibe no april that was with me akawasem ye pe omaga na yie ti bebi a ehaw no wo biara no ebe kwa akoyi aba na ya kire so we eye hawa eha oman no na ya kire the way to move out the way to succeed as a country na ya kire say solution is say na etie nti the records no ebe to enim pepepe ye research no de ba na wo hu say bibia ye authentic and reliable Chairman TV bibia inspiring and also entertaining nti no ye pese wabrabo ekonkan ye pese ohu ye wo ye pese Ghana etumpon as well as Africa and humanity. We want everyone to improve. We want you to move forward. That is why we bring you these shows. Nti midin di chataba omade ubo for meda EL blanks ase ono na obo mechidom. Yes, or technical room or ye bibia na see you Tony serious afin so Franca so around and afin so ya princess so King Dave mesan so echia oman bapa omo support ye nyinara no MC akosia broni o wapraman na afin so abrefi wonso meda wase bebre amamamu Julia mo omo saye nyinara afin so young Afro dancers so omo so ewo ampame omo se omo hia me ewo ho omo ne crew from sokoban fo nyinara meba ho na modie no so no ida hyehyɛ so fefefe ewo ho ehun se mo so mo boa mo ho ewo ho se eye oman bapa show no mo mpese ebeka ewo manjaro ho na mo so hia ewo mo area nti no yate Black Diamond mu ina pass it through obe perform yie obia ne sa beka na award ba akon obia ne sa ebeka ne dia face Reggie Rockstar ena bra NS bra Kobi ohima K3 mu ena fe Blue Lemon Restaurant Sister Eva ena fe so Unimix Edibles omo enyinara Sister Eunice mu ina no omo bo mechidom kama ema diaye biara no etumi so konkan ewo mabrabo mu na micha obia wa mentumi ambo wodi no mepacho fache me wate na kasa no kasa biblia ya na ebefi Perry mu na Desmond mu ina Starboy be YouTuber omo nyinara mechia mu se mutumi abom afse pampe ne gase no omo nyina so etumi ayade kama ama bibia that day the princess or sai Abigail so sa ono so ya ba entertainment program on Chairman TV michia obia nta na edi yumedie nyina ABC yebese share biem Chairman TV the vision is clear yebese share biem bye bye.
You gotta get up